Hello, in this lesson we are going to look at the scientific method for solving problems. It's also referred to as the classic method for solving problems, and it has its roots in science, which is why it's called the scientific method. However, it can be used in any industry or to solve any problem. The first step in this method is to make observations and identify the problem, usually by asking a question. The second step is to research the problem. That can be by looking at data, interviews, observations, or surveys. The third stage would be to formulate a hypothesis, or as written here, propose a solution. And this will be done based on the research that you have conducted in the previous stage. Then you'll want to take your solution and test it to see if it works. The fifth step is to analyze the data that you get from that testing. And that will give you an indication as to whether this solution is suitable for solving the problem or whether there needs to be further improvements or modifications to the solution for it to work. And the last stage is to report. So you're going to take all of that information, the analysis, the tests, the solution, and you will come to a conclusion. And then you'll report that conclusion to your superiors or to your colleagues and suggest action. So let's look at an example in the workplace environment. Our problem here could be that project deadlines are consistently being missed. So you'd research the problem by reviewing project management reports or by conducting interviews or any other research method. So you might find through your research that the delays are because of insufficient resource allocation and unclear task prioritization. So the solution might be to get some new project management tools. And then what you would do is you would test the new resource management tool and the prioritization framework and see if they work and see if they improve the situation and solve the problem. And in the next stage, you would analyze the data that you've taken from the testing, and you will be able to answer the question, does the new management tool work? If it does, great. If it doesn't, then you'll need to make some modifications or some improvements. And lastly, you would communicate your findings, your conclusion to your superiors or to your colleagues in the form of, let's say, a report. And that's how you use the scientific method to solve problems, or the classic method. Have a think. How would you use this method? Have you used this method in the past without knowing? And what scenarios can you think of where this method would be the most effective? Don't forget to download the guide in this lesson that you can use to assist you and help you whilst using and implementing this method.